Hi guys, we're just getting a coffee. Tino, we're getting a coffee. We've got Tino with me, lovely Tino. We just took him to get some sweeties. Oh, this coffee is too nice. Too nice, right. Okay. Right, just a second, guys. We're going to read a chapter. Or half a chapter, anyway. So I just got back from getting the kids from school, and they promised me they're going to be quiet. Now, do you have a tea or a coffee, guys?
No.
No? Okay. Let's make sure it's working. So I've given you guys a chance to latch on. Welcome to Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. And guess what? We're going to read the second half of chapter 1, starting from page 24. We're going to review it. So we're going to try not to read it too word for word, because we get told off. We do have to review it a bit. So we're going to give it a go. Now, obviously, let me just grab my coffee. Okay. So the wife is working. I think she might have already left. We've just been shopping to Morrison's. Oh, it's a bit chilly in the UK. So I've had a lot of... you guys are very, very passionate at the moment. I'm getting... Obviously, because of the book, From Here to the Great Unknown, everything has gone crazy. Everything. We're getting a lot more views, a lot more subscribers, a lot more comments. People are much more argumentative. So everything has just gone a bit crazy because of the book. Now, I completely understand why it's gone crazy, because I don't think anything has happened as big as the release of this book since Baz Luhrmann's film, yeah, Elvis, and then before that, since the Elvis and Me book. So there hasn't been that many really high points that get such a big reaction. At least I don't think there has. Now this book, From Here to the Great Unknown, which everyone is talking about, a bestseller, already the bestseller in Amazon. I don't even know how many millions it's sold. I don't think this book just appeals to Elvis fans, Priscilla fans, Lisa Marie fans, Finley and Harper and Riley Keough fans. I think this book is appealing to the general public in general, because there's just so much interest on the Presley family. Now, Riley Keough, hi Nat TV, how are we going? Now, Riley Keough has become famous in her own right, hasn't she? She's like, she's in a, she's off to superstardom, isn't she? She already is a superstar, isn't she? Yeah. So it's not just about being an Elvis fan now, is it, guys? It's more than that. It's become bigger. So I'm talking a bit because I want to give a few people a chance to latch on. So it's Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. I'm a lifelong Elvis fan. My name's Louis. I'm 57, and we come together every day to talk about defending Elvis and his bloodline. Hello, I am live. What's going on?
Oh, hello.
Hello, wife. I'm live. What's going on?
Oh, I was going to say danced on my bed, and if you wanted, I sent you the
Yes. All right, but she's already dressed. Right back. So sorry, that's my lovely wife giving me my orders. Right, what will we do? So if you have the UK version of the book, the part of the sexual abuse has been censored. Yeah, you've obviously missed our last few lives, Nat TV. I think Nat TV, you have your own channel as well, don't you? I hope that's going well for you. So Nat TV, guys, as you join, she's got her own channel. Give her some support. I don't have any. We have. Where are they? Obviously, I'm at home. Right, go see if you can find them. Well, go see if you can find them, because I don't know where they are. There might be one on a plate in the fridge. Have a look. Right, as I was saying, I do my live streams from home in my kitchen. I'm just a fan at home. So, yeah, Nat TV. Check out our live streams, the last couple, 2 or 3 that we've had. We've spoken in depth about the sexual abuse allegations. You found them? Okay, just have 2, please. So it's a hot potato at the moment. I've made my feelings very clear. I think the authorities need to get involved. I also believe that Riley needs to step up and defend her mother. I really believe that. I know that Riley is getting some stick off some Elvis fans, which I don't like. I don't think Riley should be getting stick from Elvis fans. Elvis Presley wouldn't want his granddaughter to be getting stick, but I do think that Riley needs to step up and start talking about these serious allegations, bringing in the police, the authorities, and defending her mum. And the reason I think that is because wasn't that a big part of the reason Lisa Marie did the voice tapes to create this book and asked Riley to help her finish this book. She wanted everything in this book. She wanted the world to know. She wanted her family to know, the fans to know. It's so obvious. So brushing it under the table isn't what she wanted. So Riley, you're trying to keep everyone happy. You're trying to do the right thing. You have to rise to the challenge. No matter what the consequences are, you are going to have to face this and defend your mum. The fans expect it. And I personally think, just my opinion at home, that Elvis would want it, Lisa would want it. Yeah? Because Elvis would be going crazy if he knew about these allegations from Michael Edwards. It's just allegations. I do believe Lisa Marie. I do. So it's got to be dealt with. It's like standing up to a bully, isn't it? You have to face up to it or it will just carry on, carry on, carry on. Unfortunately, Riley, it's time. Right. So what I thought I would do, guys, hi, Michelle. Hi, Rebecca. I thought I would start reading from page 24, which is where we left off. I'm not a very good reader. I'm a terrible reader, guys. I left school when I was 15. I didn't do well at school. All I was interested in was making money, working. That's all I wanted to do when I left school. Meeting my mates, going down the pub. That's all that mattered to me, meeting girls. Yeah, nothing else. So, right. So let's just see if I've told everyone on the Defending Elvis Presley Facebook page. Please join the Defending Elvis Presley Facebook page. Let's have a look. Okay, right. I'll just say it again. We're live. I'll post that, and then I'll try and post a few of you personally, just so you know. On the last live stream we had, guys, there was 73 people. 73 people watching. That's amazing. Let's just try a few people that we. So I know that Rose would like to know. I'm just going to send a few lives to just a few people, just to sort of jog them. Right, Elaine. Let's have a look. Who else we got? Just, I don't know why, but some of you just don't get notified, do you? Or a lot of you are asleep. I think in America, a lot of you are just waking up. Does that sound right? So if you are, morning to you. I'm just, any names that are coming up on here, I'm just messaging them. Let's have a look. Now, it's been a difficult week, guys. It's been a difficult week. I must admit, it's been tough. Yeah. So, you know, we've had some very awkward days, haven't we? Because of the book, From Here to the Great Unknown. It's been a hot potato, if I have to say so. Right, let's try and get comfy. Let's get a bit comfy now. I cannot read to save my life. So I'm going to cross my legs with my bad back. I've still got a bad back. I think they call it SI dysfunction. I've been stretching. I've got this cream to rub into my back. Still hurts. But I have noticed that when you do stretches, it gets better. Hi, Valvis. It's 11:20 a.m. in Massachusetts. Valvis, we're going to try and read the second half of the first chapter. I've been putting it off. Yeah, I've noticed that the notifications don't work because every time I do a video, about an hour later, people message me and say, "Oh, I didn't know you were going live." And I'm like, no, I do post on both the chats, the 24/7 chats, and I do post it on the Defending Elvis Presley, and I also post it on my personal Facebook as well. So there's not much more I can do, is there? We're live. We're live. Right, I've just put on my name as well. Now someone keeps asking me, I think it's Mel. Mel, are you on? Probably not. Have I read a certain book? Let me just have a look. Oh, it's gone. She's messaging me. There's a certain book she wants me to read, but I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not a big book reader. Let's just see if I'm pretty sure it's Mel. Let's just go on the Defending Elvis Presley site and see if she's on there. There's a certain book she wants me to read, but guys, I don't read a book from beginning to end. I just don't. I'll get a book, I'll read a few pages, then I'll put it down. Hi, Mary. So how many Hey EP fans, young girls and boys, have right, hang on. All right, hang on. Let me read it in my head before I start reading it out. Mary, I don't really understand the comment. Please explain what you mean by that. Mary, explain what you mean. Obviously, we definitely feel that Michael Edwards needs to be reported. We need the authorities involved. We know we're hoping that the authorities will step in and take action against these. We have to say it's allegedly. We have to, even though I do believe this, by the way. So, but the comment, I'm not sure. When you say trust is gone, I don't really understand the comment. Please update that comment. I was still catching an earlier live. Yes, it has been a weird week, Valvis. I heard someone say that they have Riley's post that Priscilla was her guest. I don't think we're going to really know, are we, the Becks? Now, let's have a look. When you say she has no support, Mary, who do you mean? Who do you mean? And Rebecca, I heard someone say that Riley's post that Priscilla was her guest. It's possible. It's possible. I definitely don't rule it out. But is there a point to what? Is that Vivek? Is there a point? Even if she was her guest, yeah. The mum. Do you? Can you say the name? Who? Mary. Who are we talking about? Are we talking about? Are we talking about Lisa? Are we talking about? Please expand. Oh, you can't beat a nice coffee. So, oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, and we were discussing. Yeah, but not till after the live. We were discussing if she's a proper guest, and I was giving the opinion that there's a possibility that Priscilla just walked in on that Graceland book signing tour. Obviously, many of you feel that she was invited, that because of the pictures they took together in the background, yeah, behind Graceland. Let's have a look. Let me see if I get the picture up. Right, here we are. A lot of you have sent me this picture. Yeah? Right, so we have to be quiet. So a lot of you have sent me the picture. I get it, guys. You're like, it makes them look like they're getting on well. It makes it look like they're close and there's a friendship. By me watching the interview, I have a different take on it. I think Riley looks very awkward, and to me, this is just my view. It looks like Priscilla has just suddenly gone into that room and said, "I'm here, and she wants to take center stage. Now we don't know what's gone on behind the scenes, do we? We don't. We don't really know if behind the scenes Priscilla was pushing and demanding to be part of this show at Graceland, do we? We don't know. We don't know the pressures that Riley's under from her. Can you make me have sandwich? Yes, I can. From her grandmother. There's butter in it. Yes, of course I can. Right. So, there was something. I'm gonna make Tino his sandwich. Right, let's have a look. Let me just. There was a video I found. Here it is. It was a British interview. It's a very popular program in England called This Morning. I think it was sort of by satellite interview. So I'm going to play that and I'm going to make him a tea and a sandwich. I'll just check your comments. So now, yeah. So Scientology has a lot to do. Let me just right. Scientology has a lot to do on how Scylla treated her daughter and the abuse they treat children as adults. Okay, thanks, Nat. When Priscilla showed up at the book talk, it was like, oh no, here we go. That's how I felt. Valvis, I felt that as well. Yeah. Riley looks uncomfortable in the pics. When Priscilla hugs Riley, she is standing here in shock, and maybe Riley disassociated of the whole thing. Yeah, Nat, I agree with that. Yeah, and hi Finola, having a drive, are you? Okay, well, we'll try and keep it interesting for you. We're going to do a bit of reading. So I'm going to play this, make his sandwich.
Congratulations.
I'm going to make his sandwich and make him a tea. And then I'm going to start reading from page 24 of the book, From Here to the Great Unknown. I do like to just have a little chat beforehand so that we can get more people, more subscribers, members to join on. Anyone that bought me a coffee, thank you so much for getting me a coffee. That's very kind of you. You know I love it when you guys get me a coffee or a super thank you. I really appreciate it. It's very, very kind of you. It makes me feel like you like what I'm doing. So we're going to press play.
On the book is just so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I actually chatted with your mum at the chapel at Graceland when she brought that out. And then before that, I chatted with your mom, and she took me around the back of Graceland, and it was so funny. She was so much at peace there.
Yeah, she was. It was like a real place where I think that she experienced the most joy and happiness in her life. So it was like a haven for her.
Graceland is such a special place. I remember chatting with your mom, and she was talking about having that key for upstairs. And
we were trapped because, I mean, we didn't want to disturb the tours. I think part of the deal is kind of like we would say, if we stayed the night, we would be stuck in Elvis' room until around 4 p.m. when the tours stopped.
What about the emotions that you must be going through, not only just when you were doing the book, but now having to talk about it all again?
Sometimes doing the book was a little bit isolating, and I'm, in my house, and I'm working on this thing that's incredibly intense. So it's actually quite nice to talk about it. Yeah, I guess it is a bit cathartic, maybe.
Obviously, when your mum was married to Michael Jackson, and there you are at Graceland, and then there's a giraffe at the window, and then you've got Michael singing "You Are Not Alone" to you.
When I was writing this, I would so often send things to my publisher and kind of go "This is boring. I don't know what the story is here. It's just and he kind of said, "This is not boring."
I think what was lovely taken from the book as well, I think, for so many people in the media, probably myself included at the time, when the story broke about your mom and Michael Jackson, we were kind of like, is this real?
Oh yeah, I can understand that perspective. It wasn't, it was a very real marriage, but I get that. I mean, I think people still think that about celebrities dating,
We were not aware of Sarah Ferguson being so close to your mother as well. That was a surprise.
I think that the press in the 90s and early 2000s as a woman was really intense to experience, and I think that they both kind of had that same experience, and the level of fame, I think, between the families were similar. They had a sort of kinship, and they're both kind of wild ladies and really got along well, and we're very close friends.
I'd love to talk about the music just a little bit as well, and there's so many poignant moments in the book about, you going in and your mum's listening to her dad's music.
She wouldn't often put it on, but if it was on, she would leave it on. We could feel it would affect her deeply, so I think in turn it affected me and my brother and my sisters, because we were, could feel our mother's grief. And so then we kind of had grief around Elvis, I think, as well. I mean, as a child, the way that I processed it was kind of like, I thought, well, he left her. He left my mom, and how could he do that? I was a kid, so that was my perception of it. And so I remember feeling angry.
Just briefly talking about your brother who you sadly lost. It's interesting because obviously this is one of the stories from the book that everyone's picked up on. The story of your brother being taken back to the house and being kept there for a couple of months. I feel that it's kind of been taken out of context, because obviously what your mom went through and having Elvis's body lying in state, as it were, at Graceland. Yeah. When I read the book, I got that feeling of, it was like a feeling of empathy that, holding on to someone and having that grief period.
Definitely. I mean, the way she was able to grieve her father, she said having him in the house for a few days really helped her process it. His body was there. He wasn't just taken away. I can imagine mothers wanting that as opposed to their son being in a morgue,
Yeah.
I just think that was Lisa Marie Presley, and she could do things that, that other people couldn't do.
Riley, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Again, I think you're quite remarkable. I think the book is a beautiful tribute to your mom as well. I'm sure, as everyone tells you, you should be very proud of yourself as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you for talking to me.
Look at that timing. Right. There we are, guys. I've made Tino a nice ham sandwich and a cup of tea. What more does a dad have to do for his son? Okay, so that was interesting in the UK. So, the usual questioning that we're getting on all of the interviews, wherever they are. I think she is in St. Louis at the moment, isn't she? Should we just type in Riley Keough at St. Louis? Let's have a look. So one of you sent me a short of Riley in St. Louis. Let's see if I can find it. Did you guys know that she's in St. Louis? Great name, guys. Great name. Now, who was it that sent me that? Which one of you sent me that, guys? Let's have a look. Was it Was it Rose? Let's have a look. No. One of you sent me. Do any of you have it? Let's have a look. Who was it that sent me it? Do any of you know that she's in St. Louis? What's that? Oh, what's this? Right, no, I'm trying to find it. If any of you seen, it shows her at St. Louis. Was it? No, have any of you got it? I'm not sure which one of you sent it me. I'm just checking, seeing now if on your messages. Was it Deborah? No. No, it's not here. But if any of you have got it, send it me and I'll play it. And I'll just type it into YouTube and I'll just see if any of it says it. Riley in St. Louis. Let's have a look. I don't think it's going to come up. Let's have a look. What's this? What's this? Who's talking about this? Have a look.
Riley Keough remembers heartbreaking moment of telling Lisa Marie Presley about Benjamin's death in new memoir.
Oh.
In her.
Do you want to play? Shall we play that just while I look? Let's have a look. Let's just play this, guys.
Riley Keough remembers heartbreaking moment of telling Lisa Marie Presley about Benjamin's death in new memoir. In her newly released memoir, From Here to the Great Unknown, Riley Keough reflects on the devastating moment she had to break the heartbreaking news to her mother, Lisa Marie Presley, about the tragic death of her brother, Benjamin Keough, who died by suicide in 2020. The memoir, which was published on October 8th, offers an intimate look into the profound grief that has shaped Riley's life and her family's experiences in the wake of such a loss. Riley, 35, recounts the harrowing day when she learned of Benjamin's untimely death. My mother was asleep in her hotel room, she begins, revealing the urgency and dread that filled her as she rushed to inform Lisa Marie. I ran to her suite and started banging on the door, she wrote, acutely aware that the moments following her announcement would forever change their lives. I already knew, clear as day, in those moments banging on her door, that any time I got with her after what was about to happen would be a gift. I couldn't imagine her living without my brother. The tragedy unfolded in the early hours of July 12, 2020, when Benjamin, then 27, had been hosting a party at their mother's home in Calabasas, California.
So sad, isn't it?
While Lisa Marie was staying in a hotel due to mold issues in the house, Riley described how Benjamin went upstairs around 3:30 a.m. to get a beer, only for partygoers to realize nearly an hour later that he was missing. It was around 5:30 a.m. when Riley received the fateful call that would shatter her family. Benjamin had died by suicide.
Oh, so sad.
Riley recalled the moment she had to inform her mother and her father, Danny Keough, about the tragedy. Upon seeing her son's body, Lisa Marie reportedly asked, "What did you do, Benjamin?" The shock and grief enveloped them, with Riley noting that her mother remained in a state of disbelief for 2 weeks following the incident. The emotional aftermath of this loss proved overwhelming for the family, particularly for Lisa Marie. In a deeply personal revelation, Riley shared that her mother chose to keep Benjamin's body in their home for 2 months before laying him to rest at Graceland, the family estate in Memphis, Tennessee. "We had to keep the room at 55 degrees before burying him at Graceland," Riley disclosed, highlighting the profound sorrow that permeated their household during that period. As the years passed following Benjamin's death, Riley observed a gradual decline in her mother's health. Despite all this love she still had inside her, and all of her effort to live, we could all see it, she wrote. "We all knew my mom was going to die of a broken heart." This poignant sentiment encapsulates the shared grief that lingered in the Presley family as they navigated their loss together. Tragically, Riley's fears were realized when Lisa Marie Presley suffered cardiac arrest in January 2023. After receiving a call from Danny informing her of her mother's condition, Riley rushed to be by her side. However, just as she was en route, she received the heartbreaking news via text from her father. "She passed a few minutes ago, honey. I didn't want to tell you by text, but I'm worried it's going to hit the papers," he wrote, expressing his son Benjamin at Graceland on January 22nd, 2023. The loss of both her brother and her mother has left an indelible mark on Riley, who has been candid about her grief and the impact it has had on her life. In a statement following Lisa Marie's death, Priscilla Presley expressed her heartbreak, stating, "It is with a heavy heart that I must share the devastating news that my beautiful daughter Lisa Marie has left us. She was the most passionate, strong, and loving woman."
Just all of it heartbreaking, isn't it? Just heartbreaking. It's like, but this, now, part of the reason we play that is because, you know, I can, look, guys, I'm going to try and be honest, okay? Let me just face this to me a little bit. Right. Look, I understand we're very disappointed that Priscilla turned up at the event at Graceland. I get it, guys. Even Vibex, I can tell from her tone, we're disappointed. You know, we wish Priscilla wasn't allowed in Graceland. I actually thought Priscilla was banned from Graceland, so I was wrong. Yeah. So we did have expectations from Riley to defend her mother, because her mother has just poured out her heart and soul into this book. Obviously, Riley has created it for the world to buy, but ultimately, this is Lisa's book. She said some very, very upsetting things in this book, you know, with Michael Edwards, these allegations. And we're hoping, we look to Riley to do the right thing and defend her mother. So then we then see Riley, it seems as if Riley has allowed Priscilla to this event at Graceland. Now, we don't know what's gone on behind the scenes. We don't know if it was pre-agreed, pre-arranged. We know about the pictures behind Graceland that shows Priscilla and Riley together, which is disappointing again. But we don't know the pressure that Riley is under. We don't know what's being said behind closed doors. Is there a possibility of threats where Riley is being forced to allow Priscilla to attend these events? So that, because it's obvious Priscilla wanted to have her say, didn't she? She wanted to sit there in front of the audience. She knows it's being recorded around the world. She knows it's going to go around the world. She wants her moment. She wants her moment to go, ha ha, I'm really close to Riley. Ha ha, the book may be wrong because my daughter had a drink and drugs problem. She wants to try and give excuses for the things that Lisa Marie said with her own words that Riley has put on paper and audio. Yeah. So there's a lot of politics going on here with Priscilla. Riley is between a rock and a hard place. So from you guys, I get it that we're a bit upset that things are going the way that they are with Riley because it's Elvis's granddaughter. He's only got 3 grandkids. Unfortunately, Ben passed away, God rest his soul. But I still say this, we are defending Elvis Presley. We also defend the bloodline. We have to defend, we have to be there for Riley and Finley and Harper. We do, yeah? It doesn't mean that every action that Riley does is going to be something that we're happy with, yeah? I don't agree that Priscilla was at this event at Graceland. I don't agree with it. I don't agree that at the moment, all of the interviewers that are interviewing Riley, everything is being hushed up and brushed under the carpet and the sexual allegations are being ignored. I don't agree with it. Yeah, I'm on about when it comes to Riley, because obviously the allegations are all over the news, all over the world. But Riley isn't addressing it. So I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy. I think Riley needs to address it. I think quite urgently. I think the fans expect it. But we still have to support Riley as Elvis's granddaughter. We do. We also have to respect that she has gone through hell. She's lost her mum and her brother. Okay, she's lost her mum and her brother. And the twins, what they've been through as well. So because of that, we have to cut them some slack. We have to cut them some slack. I don't want to be part of a hate campaign against Riley. I will not support any hate against Riley at all. This channel, Defending Elvis Presley, will support Riley and Finley and Harper. We will do it for Elvis, because that Elvis would have wanted us to. Elvis would have wanted us to stand by Riley and Finley and Harper as his grandchildren. Of course. But I also think Elvis would have wanted us to push Riley to defend her mother, Lisa Marie, because of these allegations in the book From Here to the Great Unknown. So we're on a real balancing act. We're doing a bit of juggling at the moment, but I will not hate on Riley. I will not do it. Right, let me just get my son some water. We're going to start reading. Right, your tea's there, Tina. Right. Tina, did you drink your tea? Yeah, have your tea and there's your water. Right, okay, so I'm going to just check your comments and then we're going to start reading this. It's only from page 24 on chapter 1 of the book From Here to the Great Unknown. I just want to check through your comments. Let me just go back a little bit. So we had, there was a comment I noticed further back. Let me see if I find it. So Carolyn, hi Carolyn, Gal in the house. Carolina, Gal in the house, hi. Are you a new person? Welcome to Team Elvis. Priscilla tried to make it about her and embarrassed Riley. She totally ambushed Riley's event. That's what I think as well, but some will disagree with you. But yes, I think she ambushed it. I think they knew she was at Graceland. I really do. But there's no way did I think they think that she was going to march into that room, and part of the reason I think they were surprised that she walked into the room is because there was no chair, because Riley stood up and walked out. Even when they cuddled, it didn't feel right. And I personally think that all the way through the whole interview, Riley looked very uncomfortable with this odd grin on her face. Through the whole interview, she had this odd grin on her face. So I personally don't think they were expecting Priscilla to march into that room and ambush the room. That's just my opinion. Many of you will disagree. Right, let's have a look. So any more comment? It seemed like Karen says, it seemed like Priscilla was very nervous speaking at the event, like she was afraid of someone would ask her. Now, I didn't think she looked nervous. I think she looked quite cocky. And if anything, she looked like she'd had a few drinks. I thought the way she was ranting a bit was a bit odd. That's what I thought. Quite cocky and confident, I would have said. So Vibex, I heard someone who was upset the way they discovered that Riley quit calling Elvis grandpa, and the person who said that is absolutely an Elvis fan. I hope Riley is careful with Priscilla. Now, I'll tell you what, we've got some absolutely Elvis fans that are stirring a lot of hate, the Becks, a lot of hate. These are proper Elvis fans. Be careful. Be careful, because just because someone is a genuine, true fan doesn't mean I agree with their ways of encouraging hate against Riley. So don't be drawn into it, the Becks. Don't be drawn into other people. Just because someone has been a fan for 50, 60 plus years doesn't give them the right to hate on Riley at all. Does not. Now, they can do what they want, but not on my Defending Elvis channel. So you be careful, Vibex. Don't get your opinion swayed by people that just want to be nasty. That's just my advice. Yeah, Natalie, yeah, I agree. It's disgusting. The allegations are disgusting. So yes, she's on Sunday at St. Louis. Okay. Now, I'll try and find the footage for that. Oh, thanks, Deborah. So I don't call either of my grandfather or granddad. They died before I was born. It would seem odd to me. I love that she called her daughter Tupelo as a nod. Yeah. And do you know what? I see a part of this hate stuff is now they're using the fact that she called her daughter Tupelo. They're twisting it. Yeah, they're trying to put a negative spin on it. I'm not falling for it. Chris still gets 100 grand a year off Riley as special advisor. That may be how Grandma gate crashed. Good point, because she works there. That's a good point. I completely understand that, Rebecca. Thank you. As I said earlier, it's none is asking her directly, and she is not going to say anything. Debbie, thank you. I agree. And I'm hoping, Debbie Boylan, I'm hoping that eventually, as things unfold in the press, in the media, in the magazines and the tabloids and social media, that the pressure will be on, and bit by bit, it's going to come out. Yeah, I'm hoping. Maybe because the authorities or the police are going to make arrests, maybe she's not allowed to say anything at this moment. At this moment, the book hasn't been out long. It's only just been released. Yeah, so maybe we're expecting too much too soon, which is what Michelle has said to me many times. Thanks, Carolyn. So I'm just trying to play catch up with your comments, and I'm going to read this book this time. I'm not going to put it off this time. Why was there two chairs for Riley and a guest, and they had to get a stool since Priscilla crashed the event and it seemed to take over? Yes, I agree. And it's odd that it was a stool. Couldn't have been very comfy for Nicola. Was it? I forget her name now. Nicolette Ritchie. Oh, do you know what? Whatever. Yeah. And Priscilla did completely take over. Once she started talking, that was it. She wasn't going to stop. Yeah. And she used the whole time to belittle Lisa Marie, call her a drunk, an alky, and a man chaser, didn't she? She played the victim. The whole 15 minutes of that time on the Graceland stage, she played the victim. She tried to get public opinion on her side because she knows that this book has made her look very bad. So that was her opportunity to sway opinion. She took it, guys. She took it. Yeah? Right. Let's have a look. Maybe Riley should release a statement telling fans that either she's not allowed to speak on it because of legal matters and the subject, and that's hard to talk on public. Yes, that would be nice, Linda. Hi, Linda. That would be nice. That would be nice. Right, okay. Yeah, but remember, Vibex, there's a lot of hate going around at the moment. This is why I say to you, just be a bit careful. She did look like she'd had a few drinks, Vibex, she did. I thought I saw Riley's left arm go around Priscilla Bulow. Again, Carolyn, I still don't be drawn into this anti-Riley thing. This is just my advice. I can't tell you what to do. I just think let's let it play out. Let's let it play out. Yeah. We don't know the pressures that are going on behind closed doors. Yeah. So I respect that we're all worried, aren't we? We're all worried that Riley isn't doing the right thing. I'm on board with that, guys. Yeah. Nicolette Ritchie is, but yeah, is Michael Jackson's goddaughter. Priscilla decided to trash him in front of her. Right. I didn't know anything bad about Riley. I never would. Oh, no, I never said that. I didn't mean that, Carolyn. I am just wondering why Lisa did come out and with Edwards years ago, and why. Right, and let me just reread that again. Karen Brand. I am just wondering why Lisa didn't come out with all this with Edwards years ago, and why first now. Karen. She did. Karen, Michael Edwards put it in his book a long time ago, 30 years ago. Yeah. And Lisa has been interviewed a few times and mentioned it. Yeah. Look up Howard Stern. When she gets interviewed by Howard Stern, she tells him all about it. So, Karen, do a bit more research and you'll find out that this is no sudden new thing here. And she's been really, in her own way, trying to tell the public for many decades. So, yeah, thank you, Linda. Thank you. But, this is why we're here, isn't it? We're all learning together. None of us are experts. We're all learning as we go. But, guys, I completely understand that you are worried that it's all being swept under the rug, yeah? Swept under the carpet. There's a cover-up, that pages are missing from the book. I know. I know where you're coming from, guys. I get it. Right, let's get it. Page 24. So, yeah, Carolyn, yeah. Don't forget, it was different as well back then. It was different, you know, aren't we? We're talking the 70s. It just, people got away with stuff that they should never have got away with in the 70s and 80s. I really believe that. In the 70s and 80s. Yeah. Let's have a look. Riley is not the type of person who will confrontational in public, especially with not with a Priscilla. So all the question and answer will be managed to the questions relating to Michael Edwards will be filtered out. Unfortunately, I think you may be right. Debbie, I agree. She hasn't been protected by her mother. I agree. Priscilla did not protect Lisa in the right way. She has questions to answer. She has a responsibility. She is partly to blame for these allegations. It's true. I see your point, Misha, but it's a difficult one, isn't it? When you watch that Howard Stern interview with Lisa Marie and Howard Stern questioning her about Michael Edwards, it's awkward watching. I'll be honest with you, I can't stand Howard Stern. I think the way that he interviews is disgusting. I can't stand the man. I don't know what you guys think of him, but I think his interview with Lisa Marie was disgusting. Disgusting. It made me feel sick. I felt sorry for Lisa. That Howard Stern, a big no-no, guys. Elvis Forever is her mother. Didn't support her. I guess she thought she wouldn't get support from the public. I just think Priscilla put herself first, and I think she put her career first. I'm very unhappy with Priscilla. Yeah, I don't hate her. That's not the way I do things. I'm very unhappy. We have to, all of these accusations and wrongdoing has to be massively exposed, so these people are held accountable for the damage caused to Lisa Marie. And that is Priscilla and Michael Edwards. Now remember, with the Michael Edwards allegations, we have to call them allegations. Everything I'm saying now is my opinion, our opinion, for entertainment purposes. We have to do that. But you know where I'm coming from, guys. Diane, Riley is young. This is a delicate subject to bring up. Priscilla is her grandmother. Maybe we should drop the subject, talk about positive things. It's what Elvis would want. What's done is done. Diane, I'm sorry. I understand where you're coming from, but no, we're going to talk about what needs to be spoken about. And Riley is not young. She's in her is she mid-30s? She's not 18 years old. She's approaching quite a mature age. Yeah. So, and no, we are gonna talk about these negative things. We have to. That's why we're here. That's why we're called Defending Elvis Presley. We're not going to sugarcoat everything. We are not going to sugarcoat everything. So the answer to that, Diane, sorry, is no. Karen, I didn't realize. Yeah, I know, Karen. I know. It's shocking, Karen. Howard Stern is a slime boy. Yes. So hi everyone, I'm back. Don't wind him up. Do not wind him up because he'll get noisy. My son will come in here and make him start screaming. Right. Yvette, hi everyone, I'm back after I read the book. Hope you're all well. Hi Yvette, welcome back. Howard Stern, yeah, he's terrible. Has any of you watched that interview with Howard Stern? It's, oh my God, it's atrocious. At Graceland Book Talk, Lisa was there in spirit with Riley and Nicole Richie. He was not necessary to be there. I wish she wasn't. Balvis, I wish she wasn't. That's Deborah. That is very true. That is very true. He will face God. He will. Diane, I'm only messing about. Diane, you know we love you. Deborah, let's have a look. Right, come on, let's read it. Shall we read it? Otherwise, we're never going to read it, yeah? Look, we spent 50 minutes. We've been on for 50 minutes, nearly an hour. I haven't even started the book. How does it happen? How does 50 minutes go like that? Bang. How? You're 64. Oh, you sound much younger, Diane. I'm 57. I'm 57. Don't tell anyone I'm 57. Shh. I'm 57. Don't even tell my wife. I'm 57. Do we have any 57-year-olds out there? Are you? Yeah, Tino said he's 57. Come on. 64 is the new 50. Right, Linda is 54. Linda, you're a youngster. Yeah, Stern is gross, isn't he? So Finola is 55. That's a great age. Yes, Tino in the background. He's like, I'm 57. Helen, 52. Jane, 57. Yes, 57. Tino. Yeah, Tino is 57. Michelle is 65. Adrian is 59. Diane Moore. Elvis is my sixth cousin on his mother's side. Huh? What? Helen. Hi, Helen. Yvette is 66. Is that what's that? If you play bingo, clickety click, 66. Is that right? Are you any bingo players out there? Don't tell half the world's listening. Yeah. Shh. My wife is younger than me. She's much younger than me. I'm not 57. I love you, kiddos, Louis. Yeah, they're funny. I am 75. Nivea, that's a new name. Nivea, welcome. Welcome to our family, Team Elvis. 75 is the new 50. Do you know that? Natalie is a youngster. Clickety click, 33. Do you know what? One night we'll do a bingo, yeah? Should we actually do a bingo? I think it's a good idea. I love bingo. We all love bingo. I love it. Tino, we're going to do a bingo one night. Yep. Yeah. Number 11, legs 11. Knock on the door, number 4. Do we know any others? Too little something. Nivea, you're very welcome. Any new people on here, you are very welcome. Team Elvis, welcome new people. We welcome you. We love you to join our movement, defending Elvis Presley and the bloodline, and joining our family, Team Elvis. So let me just quickly get your messages. Yeah, bingo. One night we're gonna do a bingo night. I'm not sure how we do it, but we're gonna do it. Bingo. Yes, you like that? It's my holiday shirts. Thanks, Karen. I bet you do, Linda. Haha. I love this room. Yeah, we're in a room, isn't it? We're in my kitchen, having a cup of tea. I've just had a coffee. I've got a tea over there waiting for me. In fact, I'm going to get it. 50 in October. October the 23rd. So you haven't got long. 7 days left. No, 9 days left. 50 is the new 40. Yeah, 9 more days, Tino, yeah? Are you drinking your tea? Right, let me get my tea, guys. I've already made it. I just got to warm it up. Okay, I'm going to read. I'm going to read, guys. Let's read. Okay. So, obviously, we're in Southwest UK. We're near Bristol. And I've got to take my kid to... Let me just see how long I've got. I've got to take my daughter to her dancing lesson. Oh, we got to go now. Right. Okay. Right, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm going to quickly whiz my daughter to dancing lesson. And then... You don't have to. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to read the book. So I'm really sorry. I'll be really quick. I'll be half an hour. half an hour. We'll come back. We're going to read this book. I'll see you in a minute, guys. Love to all of you. Take care, guys.